Hi guys, welcome to the Premier League review. Yes, all 10 Premier League games for game week 3 have been and gone. Manchester United are the only team in the Premier League with a 100% record, 3 wins out of 3, 10 goals in 3 games, 0 conceded. Perfect start for Jose Mourinho's men, but some difficult fixtures coming up. Now, I've been speaking about Manchester United all weekend, and what we're doing here is talking about the rest of the Premier League fixtures. If you want to hear my thoughts on Manchester United, then of course, head over to youtube.com/Adam McKola. After this stream, check out the Manchester United Leicester vlog, check out my Manchester United Leicester review, and all that good stuff. But this right here is our opportunity to let's laugh at Arsenal. This is our opportunity to all have a laugh at Arsenal. You've seen the title of the video. Arsenal went to Anfield today and got absolutely spanked. Yes, they got spanked. They got their pants pulled down, greased up, aimed for penetration, just like Bricktop would say. They got absolutely done today at Anfield. Liverpool looked very, very good. Let's be honest with that. Let's get Liverpool out of the way first. They look very good. Going forward, Salah, Mane, Firmino, who got the opening goal. They looked very potent going forward. And even without Philippe Coutinho, this Liverpool side have obviously got goals in them. The only problems you would expect from Liverpool would be defensively. And today, they looked comfortable defensively because Arsenal just didn't cause them any problems. Arsenal didn't have any fight in it. And Arsenal just didn't want it. And this got me thinking, Liverpool should sell Coutinho. Now, you know me. I don't like Liverpool. I'm a Manchester United fan. I hate Liverpool. But Liverpool should sell Coutinho. And not because I want to see them lose one of their best players, but because I think they could do with that money. 100-odd million for Coutinho. He's not worth that money. Use that money, invest it in a proper centre-half, replace Coutinho, and your team would be a whole lot better for it. But it looks like Liverpool are going to hold on to Coutinho. And fair play to them if they want to do that. That's their player. They have every right to do that. But Liverpool today looked very, very good, even without Philippe Coutinho in that side. And the goals are coming from Salah, Mane and Firmino, who will surely cause teams problems. Now, I expected Arsenal to also get goals. I predicted this to be Liverpool 4, Arsenal 2. This is what I predicted. I expected Arsenal to get goals. But what I did not expect was such a shambolic performance from Arsenal today. Now, I see all you guys in the comments saying Arsenal Fan TV and chill tonight. And it is definitely Arsenal Fan TV and chill tonight. But what I would say is, it's the same old Arsenal. You may as well watch some fan cams from Arsenal Fan TV last year, the year before that. Because this is the same old Arsenal. Spineless, gutless. They didn't have any fight. They didn't want the game today. And they were just absolutely shite. They were shite today, Arsenal were. And they deserved to get banged. It should have been 4-5, 6-0 more. Could have been more than 4-0. And that's how bad Arsenal were today. It was absolutely shocking from Arsenal. And you look at Alexis Sanchez. He was on the pitch today. He played 60 minutes in his first Premier League game. Obviously, you can't expect him to complete 90 minutes. But he must have been looking around that team thinking, who the fuck am I playing with? How the hell am I playing with these guys? Even Ozil was supposed to be someone that Alexis Sanchez could link up with. But Mesut Ozil's more often than not invisible. He never turns up to games. So how can he rely on Mesut Ozil to give him support? Lacazette, new £50 million striker, sat on the fucking bench. He got benched by Welbeck. How is that happening? And Welbeck is still the same player that he was at Manchester United. He hasn't improved. I love Danny Welbeck. I absolutely love Danny Welbeck. But he couldn't finish. He used to frustrate the hell out of us. He used to get into great positions and not bury. And that's exactly the same way he is. He hasn't improved. You look at Arsenal, they're the same old Arsenal that they have always been. And it's a fucking joke. And because I'm not an Arsenal fan, I am laughing. But you were sitting there watching that game and you were thinking about Gary Neville. You were thinking about what Gary Neville was saying about Arsenal. And he was getting angry. Gary Neville's a die-hard Manchester United fan. And he was getting angry at the state of Arsenal. Can you believe that? He was getting angry. So imagine how them Arsenal fans feel. I fucking love it. You deserve this, Arsenal fans. You absolutely deserve this. Guys, we've got over 500 people in the house at the moment. I am, of course, going to be getting into your comments as well. And this is the Premier League, usual Premier League review show. So we're not just going to be talking about Arsenal today, although that's obviously the first topic of the day. We're going to be talking Bournemouth against Manchester City. Should Sterling have been sent off? Were the police and the stewards right to treat the fans the way they did? Because I disagree with that. And of course, we're going to talk a little bit about Man United, Huddersfield's great start to the season. And of course, I'm going to give you that update on the Fantasy Premier League as well. So keep it locked here on Adam McKola TV for the Premier League review of game week 3. And right now we're talking Arsenal versus Liverpool, the game that has just finished. And also Spurs 1, Burnley 1. Burnley got a last minute equaliser, a late equaliser at White Hart Lane to cost and Spurs more points at their home ground. Well, their home ground for the season. They have picked up 1 out of 6 points. They've dropped points in both their home games this season. Is this a sign of things to come for Spurs? Are they going to banish this Wembley hoodoo? Or are they stuck with this for the foreseeable future? Because it is pretty funny to see how things are going there at this moment in time. But nevertheless, I'm going to dive into your comments now. But before I do that, hit that like button. And as you can see on the screen as well, we have got a subscriber counter. We're not far away from 40k, but get hitting that subscribe button. If you're not subscribed to youtube.com/Adam McKola, because I've got loads of content coming your way. Right then, tonight's pay-per-view fight is Arsenal fan versus Arsenal fan, says Michael Eyre. Arsenal's defending was worse than Swansea's or West Ham's against us, says Dominic. Liverpool fans loving life now, not for long though, says Louis. Isn't the title too biased, says Smarak. No, it's not, because we're all having a fucking laugh at Arsenal. Smarak says too harsh, the title. Why is it too harsh, the title? Why is it too harsh, the title? Why? Why can't we laugh at Arsenal? It's the same old fucking Arsenal. These are the same old Arsenal that have been saying, United are in the Europa League. United are 6th. Lukaku hasn't got a first touch. Mate, your big money striker sitting on the bench doing absolutely fuck all. Alexis Sanchez gets subbed off. He's sat there pulling his hair out because he wants to leave. Arsene Wenger's still on your bench. He's just signed a 2-year contract. But you got fans singing, we want Wenger out. This is Arsenal Football Club. If we can't laugh at this, what can we laugh at? Disgrace of a club, says Bradley Smith. I think Sanchez will come to City or United, hopefully, says 10,000 with no videos. I'm not sure about that one. Arsenal fans, here's the number 1-800-273-8255. Arsenal supporters salty as fuck, says Tesso. Arsenal relegation candidate, says Sam Bainbridge. Alexis has the devil's smile. Seriously, he will go somewhere, says Taron. I tweeted earlier on, now look, Alexis Sanchez, if he leaves, he's going to team up with Pep Guardiola and go back to Manchester City. And for that reason alone, I'd prefer him to stay at Arsenal, because him at Arsenal are always going to be Arsenal. Arsenal ain't going to do shit with Sanchez. But if Manchester City gets Sanchez, they're going to be much, much better. So you got to look at that and think, I'd rather Sanchez stay at Arsenal than go to Manchester City. But also, when you look at it, what's that little boy screaming inside of you, Alexis Sanchez? Do you want to come to Old Trafford? Come on, come to Old Trafford. Pray for Claude, says Shoot Neutrality. We should sign Alexis, says Shafi. Buy Sanchez, says Orbin. A lot of this coming on tonight. Can't wait for Arsenal Fan TV. That's another regular theme in the comments tonight. Who saw Alexis's face after the match, says Mr. Anonymous. Darren Sweetman says, let's see if they can win the Europa, the useless, you know what. When that Europa League arrives, Arsenal are fucked. Let me tell you that. Arsenal are so fucked when the Europa League arrives. You know this? Their squad is so fragile. And the Europa League is just going to break it down. It's going to pull it apart. It's going to be funny as fuck. I can't wait to see that happen. Mourinho will expose Klopp, not to worry, says Josh. What Gareth Bale said about Arsenal today was spot on. I'm going to check out the review and the reaction to all of that very, very soon. Arsenal need a proper midfielder ASAP, says Alex Rudd. A proper midfielder. Didn't they sign Xhaka? He was supposed to be better than Pogba, but then was trying back heels in his own fucking box. Bye-bye Wenger, says Robert Wagner. I can't see Wenger leaving, to be totally honest. RIP Arsenal, says Durang. And WWE fan says Arsenal for Wally of the Week. Who is Wally of the Week this week? Who's going to get Wally of the Week? Can we give it to Arsenal for another week? Can we really do that? 2 out of 3 weeks, Arsenal are going to get Wally of the Week. Can it really be? Is it going to be? I'm not too sure, man. I've got to think about that one. I've really got to think about that one. Right. How you doing, guys? What we're talking about today. Get your questions in. Keep them coming in. I also want to talk about Bournemouth against Manchester City as well. Because it was something that really, really pissed me off in that Bournemouth Manchester City game. Look, I didn't like seeing Manchester City grab a late equaliser. In fact, I didn't see it. I was listening to it on the radio whilst I drove to Old Trafford. But I didn't like to see Manchester City grab a winner against Bournemouth. But what followed was an absolute disgrace, and not because of the Manchester City players or fans. The Manchester City players and fans were horribly treated by the stewards and horribly treated by the police. If you score a last-minute winner in a game of any magnitude, but a Premier League game, away game, the goals come in front of your away end, and the player runs up to your fans, there is obviously going to be a celebration that ensues between players and fans. The police dragging people out of the crowd, pushing people, grabbing people, throwing people to the ground, arresting people. It made absolutely no fucking sense. Why are they treating football fans like this? None of those Manchester City fans were going to do anything wrong. They were celebrating with their team. They were celebrating with their team. Now, of course, some people may say, it's dangerous. Now, it is dangerous if you get caught amongst that. It's very dangerous. You can get squashed or whatever. But the police wading in, stewards wading in, is only making it worse. If the police just stood back, held the line, and said, all right, let them celebrate in front of us. Then once it's finished, book the player. Whatever we think about booking the player, all right, that's a rule. Bookings happen. We already know that. We can get over that. But treating fans like that is absolutely fucking wrong. I don't understand it. Why are they treating fans like criminals? When you see, rugby league fans, cricket fans, etc., etc., are they ever treated like that? Never. Never. And football's not the only sport that has fans, celebrating with the sportsmen. I think it's a disgrace. I think it's an absolute disgrace the way they were treated. And I like that Sergio Aguero stood up for the Manchester City fan that was getting hounded by about 4 or 5 people. Why have you got 2 feds, 2 stewards, and 1 man on the floor? What the fuck? Talk about overkill. It just doesn't make sense. It's in a video clip of a fed grabbing a geezer out of the crowd. Why are you grabbing people out of the crowd? Doesn't make any sense at all, man. It was a fucking joke. Paul Pogba says, what if there were kids at the front? I can understand that, mate. And I can understand that's why players get booked for celebrating with the fans. We know that. Players get booked if they run into the crowd, right? So if a player gets booked, we know that's already wrong. But what I'm saying to you is the police and the stewards getting involved make that situation worse. They don't make it any safer. They make it worse. They're running in there, grabbing people, pushing people, throwing people to the ground. That's supposed to make it more safe. Really? Come on now. Let's not be stupid. Arsenal players don't listen to Wenger, says poor guy, says Binod. It's embarrassing to watch, to be totally honest with you. It is really, really embarrassing to watch. Arsene Wenger sat there with a look like, I don't know what the fuck to do. Arsenal players playing like, I don't know what the fuck to do. And what you saw today was just Arsenal players allowing runners to go beyond them, and it was like, what the hell are you guys? Are you serious? You're not tracking your man. This is the 3rd game of the season. They've had a game a week. Pre-season went long ago. How are you getting run into the ground like this? It doesn't make any sense to me. Surely there should be some freshness, some fitness. Don't get it. Tesso's talking about Game of Thrones. I've got to say, mate, and this might come as a shock to some of you guys, but I don't watch Game of Thrones. Apologies. Right. We've got 765 people in here. We've got 231 likes. That needs to get to at least 500. And we're 208 subs away from 40k. So surely there's at least 100, 200 of you that not subscribed. So get hitting that fucking subscribe button now. Get your questions in on the weekend's football. What's going on with Spurs? Are Manchester City and Manchester United favourites for the title? Do you think it's going to be a battle between the 2 Manchester clubs? What do you think about Huddersfield? They kept a clean sheet at home against Southampton. Kept 3 clean sheets on the bounce. Now that's 7 points for them. They're looking strong, and they're a team that I tipped for relegation. So they're surprising me at this moment in time. But Wagner's doing a fantastic job at Huddersfield. I'll answer all your questions, and then we'll move on to the fancy football stuff as well, where I'll give you the league code, which I need to sort out for you. I'll get the league code sorted for you very, very soon. So yeah, make sure you're keeping it locked to Adam McKola TV. We've had our little rant and our rave and our laugh at Arsenal. It has been funny to watch those fucking idiots down at Anfield today in the away end, crying, moaning, whinging. Their players on the pitch playing like absolute bollocks. And I'm sure we're all looking forward to seeing what the Arsenal players have to say, what the Arsenal fans have to say, and how much more moaning these cunts have to do. Shit is Arsenal, says Cranch. The Chelsea are coming, says Alex Rudd. Title race will be between United City and Liverpool, says Ronan. Right, on Liverpool, I had a note written down here. Does anyone think the effects of European football could affect Liverpool in terms of maybe not the top four, because Arsenal don't look like they're going to put up much of a battle. Tottenham are having difficulties at home. So do you think the effects of European football on their squad could have an effect on their league form, say, after December? Do you think the way they play football, that high energy, high intensity, high pressing game, they're constantly at it for 90 minutes. A lot of teams that 3-0 would have saw the game out and just slowed it down a little bit. They didn't, and that's credit to them, obviously. But it's also very early in the season, so you'd expect them to be fit. So do you guys think that potentially Liverpool, the Champions League coming into it, their lack of a squad and the way they play, do you think that could have effects on their squads? What do you think about that? Fusion Pulse says, shout out to all the United haters. Look at us now, idiots. Tottenham equals Monaco next year. You're right, Liverpool won't have squad depth as Triple T. 100% they don't have squad depth, says Sam. Liverpool will drop points, I assure you, says Shoot Neutrality. Liverpool defence is shite, says Guled. That's what I think will cost them this season. But I think when they've got that attack, if their attack's on form, then they've always got a chance in games, unfortunately. Liverpool's defence is super leaky, says Shoot Neutrality again. Pray for Texas. There's a hurricane in Texas, I hope. Obviously, if you're located in Texas, I hope you're keeping safe, mate. Liverpool 2 one-dimensional, says Moada. Man United have to beat Liverpool away. Stingers says if they get injuries and depending on travel, then that may cause them to suffer. I think Arsenal have more troubles going into Europe. Arsenal as well, with the fact that they're going to have Europa League, so it's going to be Thursday, Sunday, Thursday, Sunday, Thursday, fucking Sunday. It's going to be absolutely hilarious to watch Arsenal in the Europa League, going away to Belgrade and places like that, coming back and getting dicked by Burnley. It's going to be fun to watch Arsenal this season. Now Win says, let's all laugh once more. Ha! Bitches! Lost again. You got absolutely spanked by Liverpool. And now you just need to know your role. I heard Arsenal fans talking about a potential title challenge all because Arsene Wenger shifted to a back three at the end of last season. Don't get fooled, mate. You changed your formation. You didn't change your manager. You changed your formation. You didn't change your club. You changed your formation. You didn't change your fan base. Changing formation doesn't change anything about Arsenal. You're still the same spineless, gutless shit team that isn't going to win the Premier League title for another 12, 13, 14, 15 years. Arsene Wenger will probably still be in charge then as well. First test is Everton, says Guled. We got Stoke next as well. That's going to be a big test for Manchester United. And let's just have a look at some of the scores from the weekend's action. Just bear with me, I'll get those scores up for you in a minute. Right then. There we have them. So obviously we had Bournemouth 1, Manchester City 2, Crystal Palace 0, Swansea 2, Huddersfield 0, Southampton 0. Newcastle got their first 3 points of the season with a comfortable victory over West Ham United. Another defeat for West Ham United. 3 on the bounce, obviously 3 away games for them, so they've still got a couple of home games to catch up with, but it's looking poor for West Ham so far. Slavan Bilic under pressure, regardless of all the new signings that they've made. It hasn't been going to plan for them at this moment in time. So do people think West Ham fans should start worrying, or do you think it's because of the fact that they've had all these new signings and it's simply a case of waiting for all these players to settle? Watford 0, Brighton 0. Watford getting a man sent off in the first half, which cost them, cost me as well. I had Watford as the last team in a bet for me, which really, really got in. But Watford obviously drew 0-0. Manchester United 2, Leicester 0 was the score at Old Trafford, which was obviously a decent result for Manchester United. The impressive thing for me was that we missed that penalty and we still kept going. There was times last season, I think Paul Pogba said in his post-match interview as well, that he felt a little bit scared about once that penalty got missed and we got to the 60th, 70th minute and we haven't scored. But we kept plugging away and we did get that goal eventually, which was great to see. So I'm absolutely delighted about that. And United got the victory. Changes coming from the bench yet again. Marcus Rashford, Jesse Lingard, Marouane Fellaini coming off the bench to freshen things up for Manchester United. And we've had lots of goals scored by substitutes this season, which again is showing the strength in depth that we do have. I've been talking about Liverpool, talking about Arsenal. Do they have that strength in depth to be able to challenge Manchester United, Manchester City and Chelsea for the league? What do you guys think about that? And then I will, of course, get involved as well. I see as some of you are saying that you're having a problem with the syncing on this video. I'm not too sure how that's the case. Maybe you just need to refresh it a little bit or something like that. But get refreshing the video and then we can check that out as well and see if we can sort that out. So guys, can I also get a little bit of feedback from you now? If you've seen my Manchester United versus Leicester City vlog, Manchester United 2, Leicester City 0, I did a match day vlog. Now, it's new to Adam McKola TV. I don't normally do match day vlogs, but I decided, let me try something new for you guys because you guys have been demanding it. Now, not many people have watched it, but I want to know what your thoughts are so far. So if you've watched the video or you're going to watch the video, check it out and leave your comments below that video and like it, share it, all that good stuff. We have gone over 39,800 subscribers. We are on now 39,818. So thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome to the new subscribers. Welcome back to the old subscribers. I do love you all and I do appreciate all of your support here on youtube.com/Adam McKola. We're really stepping things up at the moment on the channel as well. Not only vlogs, I did a Mayweather McGregor reaction. We've done live reviews from outside Old Trafford. Lots of new content as well on the channel. So thank you very much for being a part of it. On Tuesday, we've got the Wally of the Week coming up. On Wednesday, we've got the Weird Wide Web. Monday, we'll have the Aftermath Live, so plenty of stuff to keep you busy. Tottenham draw, says Rohit Kundran. Yes, Tottenham dropped more points at home, which is interesting. Obviously, teams are going to Wembley. They're wearing suits. They're walking around the pitch before the game, looking around like, oh, this is Wembley. They're feeling like it's a cup final, and that's playing against Tottenham. Tottenham are basically a neutral. At every game, they're playing in a neutral ground or an away ground. They're away at every game. They've got 38 away games this season. It's absolutely fucking madness. And it looks like their league form is going to suffer because of it. Or do you just think it's because they've played Chelsea? They've played Burnley, a team that went and beat Chelsea. Do you think it's a case that, you know, Spurs are... It's just... Do you think it's because they've played some good teams is what I'm trying to say? Watch along for Arsenal Fan TV tonight. Oh, that's a fucking idea, you know. That is an idea. That is a funny video. That would be funny as fuck if I did a watch along for Arsenal Fan TV videos. But yeah, it wouldn't work because you'd need the sound on, and the sound would just be awful then, wouldn't it? We've got close to 700 viewers. So thank you very much for joining us here on Adam McKola TV. Also, what I need to do for you guys as well before we wrap it up with a Q&A is show you the Fantasy Premier League scores. So here you have it. Here is my points from this weekend. I haven't had a good week at all. I've had a dreadful week, really. I got 2 points for Lloris, 6 points for Louise, 1 for Williams, 1 for Fosu, 3 for Pogba, 7 for Ali, 8 for Mane. David Silva got 6, Chicharito 1, Rooney 1, Lukaku 0. So no goals coming for me apart from that goal for Mane today, which is really disappointing. And that's after I'd got at least 3, 4, 5 goals every single week so far. So I've had a bad week this week. I've dropped down the table in the Filthy Fellas charts and in the Adam McKola TV charts, where I've dropped to 293rd in the table, which is really, really disappointing for me. But hopefully the week after the international break, I will get climbing that table again. Here is how the top of the table looks at the moment, and we've had a change at the top. Yes, John Rogers, who was at the top, has been dropped to 4th. Funny that in a video that's been talking about Arsenal, our top of the table had dropped to 4th. But he's gone 3 points off top spot, and that's because Glory Hunters 2.0 Siama Saharuddin had a very good week with 34. He got 7 more points than Ospina Colada and went to the top of the league. Mean Machine Sufyan Iftikhar got 36 points, and he's level with him, as is Bark FC from Christopher Holland. So 3 teams joint level at the top on 196 points, and last week's leader John Rogers in 4th on 193 points. So that's how the table is looking at this moment in time. I'm going to get the fantasy code for you guys now and post it into the comments so you've got that. And I'll also put the league thingy code into the description for you guys as well. So let me just get that for you, and then I will make sure you've all got that and you can all get involved. Because remember, we're going to be giving prizes away as well. So make sure you're keeping it locked to find out who wins at the end of the season. I gave away some signed stuff at the end of last season to the winners, and I'll do the same this time around. It's the fantasy.premierleague.com one. Hang on, I've fucked up it. There we go. Right then, guys. Let's wrap this up with a Q&A. I'm hot, I am today. It's fucking boiling. Who cares about Arsenal anyhow, says JPG. This is simply the Premier League review, mate. So if you want to ask me any other questions on anything else Premier League based, then I will be happy to answer it. Can you play the league from any country? Huh? What do you mean about that, mate? Don't know what you mean by that, but let me know what you do mean by that. Oh yeah, you can be in any country and enter the league. Sorry, mate, I didn't get what you meant. You can be in any country and enter the league. Like a blood clot Zet. Too early to call Xhaka a flop, to be honest, is clashing in style. Is it? I know shit when I see it, mate. Smash that like button, says Geed Ruckus. How shit are Arsenal, says JWF61HD. Any opinion on Herrera being left out? I haven't got any opinion on that. He will get games, mate. Don't worry. Let's not start panicking just yet. Chandler says greetings from Singapore. Sorry. Chandler says who should we sign next? I don't think we're going to see anyone sign next. Wang Kang says greetings from Singapore. When will I stop calling Chicharito? I haven't said anything about Chicharito today, mate. Thoughts on Stoke against MUFC? It's going to be a difficult game. It's going to be a difficult game. Will Arsenal get top 6, says Oliver? I think they'll get top 6. Depends on Everton as well, but I think Arsenal will get top 6, although it could be very, very dodgy for them. Jesse Hitman, I can adopt you. Just give me a shout, mate. What a win. Let's go Liverpool, says Shamash, who's obviously a Liverpool fan. Thoughts on Liverpool this year, says Tony Baldacchino. I think Liverpool are very, very good going forward, mate. I think their squad depth is lacking a little bit in terms of their bench. Obviously, Sturridge, if he says fit, is always an option. They lack a little bit of depth, and I think their defence and their goalkeepers are poor. But apart from that, they can cause any team's problems. So I think they will finish top 4, top 5. At this moment in time, it looks like it's going to be top 4. But yeah, I don't think they're the finished article just yet. And I think they're a bit of a way from actually challenging for the league title. Timeline for Shaw, says Chandler. Luke Shaw has been involved in the under-23s. And he played 90 minutes on Friday and 60 minutes on the Monday, which is good. So that was great to see. Opinions on Liverpool's title challenge. I don't think they'll be involved in a title challenge, mate, simply because of the lack of depth in their squad. Lucas Brett, why are you such a legend, mate? And F the international break, says Scully. yes, it is the international break now, guys. Unfortunately, so we've got a little bit of a time without without Premier League football. I go away to Portugal on Friday, which I'm looking forward to. I go away to Portugal on Friday, so I'm going to be away. I may do some videos from Portugal. Who knows? My laptop will be with me, so you never know. I might do some Q&As poolside or something like that. But I'll keep you guys entertained throughout the international break. Make sure you keep it. Make sure you're subscribing, liking, and sharing. Had about 50 new subscribers on today's stream, so I do thank you all for subscribing and thank you all for getting involved. To my new subscribers, to my old subscribers, I appreciate you all. Keep hitting that subscribe button. We're now 167 away from that 40k mark, and then we will set our new target. Right then, guys, I've been Adam McKola. You guys have been absolute legends. I'm out of there.